And our guest of the day with us in the studio today is Jessica Pape, the area director for Heartland Youth for Christ, here at an event called Stories of Hope. Good morning.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going really great.
Awesome. First of all, let's talk a little bit about Youth for Christ. What do you do there?
Yeah, so one thing I have found is that a lot of people just are not really aware of what Youth for Christ is or what we do. So I just want to kind of start just with some background information. So first of all, Youth for Christ has been around since 1944. It's been in the Delaware County area since about the 70s. And so there's been a pretty long history of it here, but what it looks like in today's world especially has really changed. So just to give you some kind of quick facts for a picture of this, in Iowa, there are almost 200,000 11 to 19-year-olds. And that's really the demographic that we focus on is the teen age, but 11 to 19. So 200,000. And we know that of that, 735 are incarcerated in Iowa. Over 6,000 teens became pregnant last year in Iowa, and over 1 out of 10 kids grew up in poverty. Along with that, suicide is now the second leading cause of death in teenagers. And we just know that every single day, kids are wandering around looking for belonging and where they really fit in. So thankfully, we have opportunities that kind of come to interrupt their lives in a really good way. So our mission is just to reach out. We build relationships with them. And we know that anytime that we can build a relationship, it builds a better community. And so for us, we use Jesus as kind of our centerpiece. And what that looks like is we come in meeting students exactly where they're at, no matter where they're at in their life. Get to know them, give them a place where they can be really honest and open and share who they are, who they're not sure they are, different things like that. And then we share our stories with them. And then we start to kind of build and foster this relationship between them where they start to realize that there's hope. And so we do really fun events. We have shoot in the past. We are looking at doing some paintballing trips and just some fun camps, but we also do things where we just go to Dairy Queen and just hang out with them as well. So it's a lot of big group things, but it's also a lot of just one-on-one relationship building as well.
And it sounds very interesting, very important as far as helping those kids building those one-on-one relationships and maybe just paying attention to some kids that don't have that.
Oh, and let me tell you, that is the thing that I always tell people is that we really look for the kids that are kind of falling in the gaps. One thing that all of our area schools do really well is they'll have, where they have a list of students and they look at what adults in the building have a relationship or a connection with them, which is phenomenal because these kids, they really do need someone that will just listen and be open. And so we really take that to the next level. So we really partner with our schools and with other community entities to say, we know that they're, in safe places during the day, but what about the rest of their alongside them and just listen? And that is the number one thing that I meet with quite a few teens one-on-one. And the number one thing I hear them say is they just want someone that will really listen to them. So it's really simple, basic things. Sometimes when people think about working with teens, it sounds a little scary, but it's really, really fun.
All right, so Stories of Hope. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, so Stories of Hope is actually a fundraising event that we have coming up that will support what we're doing right here in Delaware County. So this event will actually feature a story of a local student. She has gone through some really hard things and was really brave and shared her story. So we will have her share that. We also have an inspiring message by the author, Bob Goff. He is going to visit virtually that way. And then also a virtual visit from guest Shane and Shane. So they have a song that they have not publicly released yet. And so they did it special for us and we'll be releasing it at this event. So kind of a mixture of live in person and also some virtual things as well, just to get as much of those things in there as we can. But that event is on Friday, April 23rd. And it's hosted at the Stone Church here in Manchester. Doors open at 5:30, and the event itself runs from 6 to about 7. Masks are optional for this event, and the reason we're doing it at the Stone is we can really clear out the whole space and make sure that people are really spread out and have people social distance if they would like, but we also have people, if they want to have their own table and sponsor a table, things like that, they can do that. So it's really a chance, if people want to come and even learn more about what we do and hear some of the really impactful stories, this would be a really great event to come to for that.
All right. So do we need to sign up in advance?
Yeah, if you can register in advance, that would be great. We have a website that is set up just for that. It is just yfcstoriesofhope.com. It is free to come. So it's something where you just sign up just so we know how many tables to set up and things like that. And yeah, come, and like I said, you can bring your friends, bring your family. We have quite a few people that they'll get a table of 8 because they're like, I think my kids need to hear these stories too. So different things like that. But it is something that it is a fundraiser. I don't want to make people think it's just a free event to come to. There will be an ask with it, but it's something where I think that they'll just hearing the stories. I'm just thinking of the story of Lily that they're going to hear. It's something that you realize it's not unique, and it's a story of a student right here in West Delaware. And that is the number one thing too, is that when people start to hear these stories, they realize how many connections they have and how many things they've gone through, and just the ripple effect of it. So yeah, we would love to have anyone and everyone, but like I said, you can go to yfcstoriesofhope.com to register for a seat.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Jessica?
The main thing is, like I said, there's a lot that we're trying to get out there right now. And I feel like right now more than ever, we just know that there are teens that are struggling. And, if we can help to be a safe place for people to have those conversations, we definitely want to do that. So if people ever want to learn more, they can visit our main website. It is just heartlandyfc.org. Feel free to email me. My email is jessica@heartlandyfc.org, or give me a call, 563-920-9206. And I'd just love to sit down and kind of share some things that we're seeing or other ways that people can get involved.
All right. That's a very interesting subject. I think those stories are going to be awesome. I hope everybody can come out and take advantage of hearing just maybe one or two things that could help their home
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good. Jessica Pape with us, Area Director for Heartland Youth for Christ. The upcoming event, once again, Stories of Hope on Friday, 23rd. The Mix 94.7 KMCH Guest of the Day segment brought to you by Bill Thomas, Farm Bureau Financial Services.